Where is your cheek? This one? This is your cheek? I saw some people, when they saw me doing on the chin, push it like this. I said, please touch your ring fingers on your cheek. And for me, if I understand English correctly, this is cheek, right? What is this? It's chin. All right, never mind. What's the message, my dear friends? What's the message? What's the message? Action speaks louder than words. Amen? Action speaks louder than words. One of the most painful things that Jesus told the Pharisees, and addressing the Pharisees, referring to the Pharisees, he told the good people, the apostles, and everybody else, please do what they tell you, but don't do what they do. My dear friends, if some people were telling you, Couple for Christ, you know, Couple for Christ is an excellent group, good people, good men and women, do what they tell you, but never do what they do. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. My dear Couple for Christ, be doers. Lead by example. And you don't need to go too far. I am not asking you to go to Africa as missionaries. I am asking you to begin your evangelization right in your families. How many mothers, how many fathers today spend time, quality time with the children, with the family members? It's very sad. I want all of you to go back from this celebration, from this conference, convinced about one thing. We are in the midst of a war. We are in the midst of a war. I am not talking about the war in Iraq. No, I am talking about a cultural war where families have been attacked. Families have been attacked. And many of us are blissfully ignorant, and others are complacent and indifferent. Father Shannon, you talked about Mother Teresa. I knew Mother Teresa. I sat with her. I discussed issues with her. When she came to this country, great country of America, she talked about a few things, and one thing she said was, you know, many people, you are lucky people. There's no poverty. And then she talked about spiritual poverty. And then she made another remark. The problem, the sin of America and Americans is the sin of indifference. We don't care whatever happens outside the world. We don't care. We are so sufficient. My dear people, looking at your faces, looking at your noses, I know you look like the Filipinos, right? Don't be trapped by this culture. Don't become too overconfident. Don't become indifferent. That's a modern sin. Indifferent. I don't care. I have everything. Families have been attacked. Parents, I'm appealing to you. You will do everything for your children, for their education, and what is your prayer? That the children will do well in their life. If you are not careful, I'm talking to young children here. You know, I'm so lucky I am not born and raised now. It's so difficult, so challenging for young people. They're at a crossroads. They don't know where to turn, to right or left. There are too many voices. They are in confusion. Parents, be alert. Be on your guard. Lead your families by example. Otherwise, I'm telling you, God forbid, but we may lose our children. Many of us have lost our children. Think of the days when families went together one Sunday morning. They went together as a family to the church. Think of the days when families knelt together every evening and they prayed. Think of the days when the families came together and they had meals together. You look at the families today having meal. The teenage daughter is doing like this. You know, when I first came to this country, when I saw people, young people, old people doing this one, I said, oh, what a country, beautiful country. See how they say rosary. See? I did not know what they were doing. The daughter At the dining table is texting. The small boy is a cell phone. The dad turns the television. The mom is nowhere. Family meal. Do you have family meals? Do you come together as family? Don't tell me lies. Do you do it? Yes. Do it. Do it. And no telephone. No iPhone. My dear parents, listen to this what I want to say. Loving is not giving. Loving is not giving. Judicious loving is giving. It's a real love. Judicious giving, meaning when someone asks you, Daddy, I want an iPhone. How old are you? I am 2 years and a half. Now, with my respect and love for the Filipino, I'm a Filipino by choice, I told you. There are many grandmothers who think, when I was old, I could never have an iPhone. Therefore, I must give it to my grandson. Who told you that? Our kids, they're just 1 year and a half, they have a cell phone and iPhone. Giving is not loving. Judicious giving is loving. I will tell you a story about my father. I was in the 9th grade. I come from a rather well-to-do family. We are landlords, I'm telling you. I was in the 9th grade. I asked my dad for a bicycle. And I am asking my dad to give me a bicycle. I'm asking permission from my dad. My older brother was already working employed. He was in the army as an officer. He told me he would give me a bicycle, but get permission from your dad. I asked my dad. He asked me 2 questions. And then you tell me, how would this cycle make you a better human being? Number 1. Number 2, how would your bicycle make you a better student? Answer me these 2 questions, I'll give you a bicycle. I never got one. Parents, ask questions to your children. I grew up in a culture, I was afraid of my mom and my dad. I grew up in a culture, I was afraid of my mom and dad. You live in a culture when the parents are afraid of the children. Your son, your daughter will never be bigger than you. Be strong. You want to live under my roof? You follow my rules, right? Simple. So families. A husband comes home, he's drunk. He was afraid of his wife, naturally. So he comes home, before his wife saw him, he takes out his laptop, and begins to work on the computer. The wife comes in and asks him, did you drink? Never. Never. The wife said, you fool, what are you doing with my suitcase? What are you doing with the suitcase? My dear friends, I want all the couples sitting here in front of me. It is so difficult to be holy, to be honest, to be truthful, to be transparent, and to have integrity. A man and woman getting married, beginning a new life, is impossible unless you have God. For me, my best expression of marriage is like a triangle. This is marriage for me. Man and woman and God at the top of the triangle. Make your marriage working with the God and God's presence. Some of you think, oh, it's very easy to be faithful. It is not. It is not. It's so difficult for a man to be faithful to his wife, a woman to be faithful to her husband. It's difficult without God's help, without God's grace. Not long time ago, maybe a few weeks ago, there was a big article about France. 65% of couples, 65% of the couples in France, they're unfaithful to each other, and they know it. It's allowed. They keep quiet. 65%. They know it. They keep quiet. Unfaithfulness. My dear friends, this is what destroys our families today. Be every morning when you get up, you need to pray, Lord, please help me. Help me to be faithful to my wife. One of my Filipino friends, not here. He has been cheating his wife for 20 years. Smart man, for 20 years. 21st year he was caught. And this foolish guy put all the pictures of all the girlfriends he had under the table. And the wife found out. And she comes to me with a full box of pictures, photos of her husband with women outside. So I talked to this man, a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine. A man so committed, so involved in the Catholic Church. Not a couple for Christ, okay? I tell you. You know, he's telling me, please, this is a confession. He's telling me, Father, how can I ever remain faithful to one wife? It's okay. It's okay. I said, says who? He said, myself. Please, men and women, think with God. Think with Jesus. There are too many temptations. I know, I have heard many, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. There are many many wives are afraid of their husbands going alone to Manila, to Philippines. So husbands, if they tell you, if the wives tell you, don't go alone, I will come with you, you know why. Be on your guard, my dear people. Be on your guard. Be on your guard. Nobody's too strong. You know, if I think, I'm telling you with a lot of conviction, if I say, oh, you know, Anthony, you are very strong. You have been a priest for so many years. You know for how long I have been a priest? Don't look at my face. I have been a priest for 30 years. And then if I say, oh no, 30 years? Why I'm strong enough? No. I'm telling you, every morning when I wake up, I say, Lord, please keep me a priest. Please you have made me a priest and keep me a priest every day. Because I know the temptations. I know, I'm a quite handsome guy, right? And so there are limitations, there are temptations. We must be connected with God. Please, I am appealing to you couples. Please, you cannot have a family, you can raise your children by yourself. We need God. We need God. Let me tell you, what is the full form of FFL? CFC, FFL. FF, what does first F stand for? Foundation. Next F? Family. What is the foundation of your family? You said foundation for family. What is the foundation? Tell me. You never said that anywhere. The foundation of the family is prayer. Is prayer. Prayer. And prayer is the only language that God understands. I don't know if God understands my native language, Malayalam. I don't know. I don't know if God understands Tagalog. I don't know. Probably not. But God understands this language, the language of prayer. We all believe. How many of you who can tell me, you know, Father, I have never heard this saying, a family that prays, together. A family that prays stays together, right? How many of your families say your evening prayers together with the family? Raise your hands. You see? We are liars. We know, we believe a family that prays stays, but we don't pray. Don't you think we are hypocrites? I believe my family, if my family will be praying, my family will stand. Matthew Kelly, one of the famous, I got a CD from Matthew Kelly. Matthew Kelly says, 1 out of 2 marriages, and 50% marriages end up in divorce in this country, which means 1 out of 2. Families that pray together, families that go to church together, 1 out of 20,000 families, they end up in divorce. It's the power of prayer, my dear friend. We know that. And we couples, we believe in that, but we don't practice it. See? It is not that we don't know what to do. We know. How many of you don't know that walking every day, as I do, I walk every morning for 1 hour, okay? I know. Why do I walk? You think I like to get up in the morning? I hate getting up in the morning. But I walk. You know, I kick my butt out of the bed and say, go and walk 1 hour. Why do? I believe walking is good. Who does not know walking is not good for good health? How many of you walk every morning, every day? So we know what we do, what to do, but we don't do what we know. My dear couples, please, let us keep these thoughts in your mind and lead by example. Let me tell you the last point. A pastor, a Baptist pastor, not Catholic, Baptist. He was preaching, he was a very, very, passionate speaker. So he was speaking on a Sunday morning. And right in front of him there was a young woman looking at him and weeping, crying. She had her, handkerchief. She's, simply wiping her tears like this. And the pastor thought to himself, my God, what impact I'm having, at least on that woman sitting right in front of me. I am proud at least one woman is moved to tears because of my talk, because of my speech, because of what I'm saying. The service was over. The pastor looked for this woman and finding her, the pastor said, Madam, I don't know how to thank you. I was so moved to see you moved. You are in tears. I saw you crying. I know my words touched your heart. My words moved you. The woman went blank. Excuse me, what are you talking about? And then the pastor said, weren't you crying in the church in the service time? Oh, yeah, right, I remember now. I was weeping. But sir, I was not crying because of what you spoke, what you said. Sir, I will tell you something very sad. Last week, I buried my goat. Goat, G-O-A-T, goat. This morning, when I saw your beard, I was reminded of my goat. I want all my leaders, every member of the Couple for Christ, to go home with this thought. It is not you who can convert. It is not you or I who can convert. So there are some priests who think, I have the power of healing, I heal. No! Nobody has the power of healing. Not even our Blessed Mother has the power of healing. Unless that healing power comes from God, from Jesus. Right? Amen. Couple for Christ. Please remember this. We are just instruments in the hands of God. We're just instruments of God. Allow God to do. As Mother Teresa told me. I asked Mother Teresa for her advice. And she said, Father Anthony, God did not consult you when He called you. Allow Him to do whatever He wants. Please, my dear Couple for Christ, allow God to do whatever He wants with your life for Him. We have difficulties. We have challenges. We have lots of problems. Don't you have problems in your group? I don't know, in your unit? I don't know. Don't you have problems? Yes. Misunderstanding? Yes. You know why? You know why you have problems? You don't know? Because you are alive. Because you are alive. The best place where I see no problem whatsoever. The best place, cemetery. No problem. Everybody's sleeping. So please, don't complain, my dear friends, as Couples for Christ. Don't complain, I have problem. As a leader, I cannot continue. I'm going to give up. People don't understand me. They malign my name. Of course they will malign name. What did they do to your leader? You know who your leader is? What did they do to your leader? Crucified him. Are you more than your leader? And I promise you one thing to all the leaders. Nobody is going to crucify you physically. but they will crucify you spiritually. The more you are persecuted, the more troubles you are, the more you should be on your knees and say, Lord, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for giving me troubles. Thank you for giving me problems. Thank God. Every time you have a problem, kneel down and thank God. Remember, only a tree that bears fruits are stoned at. Nobody stones at, a tree which has only leaves, right? The more fruits you produce, the more you will be attacked. You will be criticized, you will be rejected, you will be humiliated. That's what our master went through. He did it. He never said, Father, this is too much, I'm going back. No, he went all the way to Calvary, died the death of a criminal. We will be called to do that. But we are united. We are not alone. We are united with God and with one another, with our brothers and sisters. And therefore, my last phrase is never, never give up. Never give up. Move on until next year. Go with the enlightenment, with the increased faith and trust and confidence in God. Go home and continue to do whatever God has planned for you to do. Amen. Amen.